Hello and welcome to my new YouTube video. In this video, I'll be discussing the importance of dimorphism in your face and how you can improve it to become more attractive. So enjoy. An attractive face is something which is sought after by all humans. Even the most attractive people in this world are seeking to become more attractive. Proof for this is the long list of celebrities that were already attractive and still got plastic surgery. Being eager to obtain an attractive face isn't really strange at all, knowing that you are constantly being judged by the appearance of you and your face. Before we dive in, make sure you like and subscribe so I can make more high-quality videos. Enough said, let's begin. An attractive face is a combination of three things: dimorphism, harmony, and the soft tissues. When striving towards having a more attractive face, you need to focus on lots of things. But in this video, we'll start with dimorphism. Dimorphism are specific traits which distinguish male from female. Just look at both of these pictures, and try to guess which of these pictures is a female. Obviously, you will choose the woman on the left, instead of the man on the right. But why? They both have long hair. What actually made you choose the picture on the left? You chose the left picture, because the sexual dimorphism in her face gave away that she was female. Dimorphic features are characteristics by which you can see if someone is male or female. Examples of a masculine dimorphic face would be a face with big amount of bone mass and facial leanness, deep-set eyes with compact orbitals, a big mandible/lower jaw with a big chin, a sloped forehead with a pronounced brow ridge, a strong nose bridge with a bigger nose in general, wide and high cheekbones, thick neck with an Adam's apple, and of course facial hair. Female dimorphism is almost the exact opposite of male dimorphism, with female dimorphism consisting of having more angelic-like eyes which appear bigger and have the eyebrows placed higher, a more rounded forehead with a brow ridge that is less pronounced, a weaker jaw with a smaller chin, a smaller nose bridge which causes the tip of the nose to protrude more, a thin neck with no Adam's apple, or one that is barely visible. The face has much less bone mass, and is covered with more fat, less muscle and more supple skin, which causes their facial features to be less sharp. Dimorphism is basically a spectrum with two sides, feminine and masculine. The more masculine you appear as male, the more attractive you'll be perceived. The same accounts for females. The more feminine you look, the more attractive you are. Probably the best example for this are peacocks, where the males have beautiful colorful tail feathers to display their manliness. The bigger and more colorful their tail feathers are, the more attractive they are to the females, and are more likely to mate. We humans don't judge each other by their tail feathers, but rather from all features combined, such as hands, feet, frame, muscle, and mainly face. Since dimorphism is a spectrum, it would mean that the thicker your neck is and the more pronounced your brow ridge is, the more masculine you look, just like with the peacock. This is true to some extent, but of course some features can get too dimorphic and get out of proportion, like having a brow ridge that is so big it will make you look like a Neanderthal, or a neck so thick it will make you a meme on the internet. These types of exaggerated dimorphic features only happen when there is an underlying health issue or genetic mutation. So don't worry, you won't gain this from applying the upcoming information in this video. Hormones affect your dimorphism the most. Sex hormones, to be more specific. Sex hormones are the hormones which are primarily produced by your genitalia. That means your testes if you are a male, and your ovaries if you are a female. For males, the dominant sex hormones are testosterone, and its stronger brother called DHT. For females, the dominant sex hormones would be estrogen and progesterone. Now, you don't have to be the smartest scientist to understand that if your testosterone and DHT are high, your face would be more masculine, as opposed to when those would be low. For females, it's a little bit more complicated, but I'll discuss that later. Since you want to obtain a more dimorphic face, you want to increase your levels of sex hormones in accordance to your gender. But how do you even do that? By becoming healthier, of course. A healthy individual will always produce much more sex hormones according to their gender than an unhealthy person. Dimorphic people are healthy, and to be dimorphic, you need to become healthy. This would mean that if you ate raw oysters to become healthier, they might increase testosterone in males, while they increase progesterone in females. Two totally different outcomes but have the same cause. Almost everything healthy does this. That's why I always say looks are health and vice versa. But besides just doing the good old 8 hours of sleep and exercising daily, there is more to it which I will be discussing. Sex hormones are responsible for dimorphic features in both females and males. For males, testosterone is the most famous one. But DHT is a form of testosterone that has an up to 10x stronger effect. More DHT equals a more masculine face. That's why instead of focusing on boosting your testosterone, you should rather focus on boosting your DHT. DHT is an amazing hormone for male dimorphism, because besides, it not only masculinizes the face, it also reduces estrogen levels and prevents your face from having feminine features. You require several nutrients to maximize your DHT levels. The amino acids, taurine, creatine, and glycine are of the essence. I recommend you eat plenty of animal foods to get enough of these amino acids, especially meat on the bone, grass-fed gelatin, and shellfish. Don't go too heavy on the pure muscle meat, as that could actually lower your glycine levels. B vitamins like B3 and B6 are also important, and again are prevalent in animal foods and fruits. The problem, though, is that B vitamins are heat sensitive, so are depleted when you cook them. That's why you need to eat some animal foods raw, like raw milk, or even try some variations of raw meat. Then finally we come across boron, which is a fairly unknown mineral which you probably haven't heard of, but has amazing effects on our hormones, with it having the capability to lower estrogen in males by 39% and raise your DHT by 10%. Boron is found in the highest amounts in dried fruits like raisins, dried prunes, and dried apricots, but are also found in reasonable amounts in other fruits. When you go shopping for any of these dried fruits, make sure they don't contain any seed oils like sunflower oil though. Besides nutrition, there are also a few stimulants that have positive effects on your DHT. I recommend you use these in very, very moderate amounts, since they can be quite addictive. I'm talking about caffeine and nicotine here, and I really only recommend them once a week. Moving on to female dimorphism, which is a little bit trickier. This is because not one hormone is responsible for female dimorphism, but multiple of them. The main ones are estrogen and progesterone. These need to be in good balance. But unfortunately, most females have an excess of estrogen, and this excess lowers progesterone and causes an imbalance in these hormones. To fix this, excess estrogen needs to be addressed by identifying its cause and eliminate it. The number one cause of excess estrogen is the use of birth control. Birth control should never be taken if you are a female and care about your health. Next one is carrying too much fat. Fat tissue is where aromatization takes place, a process where testosterone is converted into estrogen. As a female, you don't want that to happen. Diet plays a huge role too. Many females consume foods which increase estrogen or mimic estrogen in the body, such as soy, seed oils, and flaxseed. You should decrease or completely eliminate the amount you eat of these foods. Instead, you should eat foods high in boron like I just said, or my personal favorite, carrots. Carrots contain a specific fiber that bind to endotoxins in your gut and ultimately lower estrogen levels. This only works when they are eaten raw. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of the video. If you want to learn more about hormones and how to optimize them, I recommend you check out the course called Primal Hormones, which I have linked in the description. They will teach you more than I can in this single video. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next 2 parts in this 3-part series. I will see you guys next time. Cheers!